Welcome back, folks. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. Every business day at about 3 p.m., we try to bring you unusual option activity, and we're delighted that you're joining us here today. So thank you. Let's dive right into 3 at 3. Unusual option activity. This is, and we're about to be adding something new. Got some surprises on the way for you. Not today, but in the next couple of weeks. What I'd like you to focus on, folks, is the fact that unusual option activity, it isn't technical analysis, it's not fundamental analysis, although it would be closer to fundamental, not the fundamentals of the stock, but fundamentals of trading. Because what we're looking for are calls that are bought on the offer or puts that are bought on the offer. We don't care so much in either case about sellers of either. Because they're not really making a leveraged bet. If you sell an option, you can only make the premium that you collect. But if you buy an option, it could go as, for instance, Snap did, substantially in your favor. If you sell the option, it could obviously go substantially against you, but you can only keep the credit that you collected, premium, for selling the option. So leveraged players are what we're looking for in big numbers. So let's dive in. Here we have British Petroleum, one that I told you about yesterday. BP was 32.15, 3,900 March 35 calls. As always, you know that I'm buying in at the money and selling out of the money against it. Well, it's moved up by better than 2.2% today. Bang. But I don't trade for 2.2% moves in the stock. I trade for 50 and 100% moves in the options. Doesn't mean I always get it. You already know that I'm going to say I cut my losses and I try to let the winners run as long as possible. I'm looking for 100% on my winners. At that level, I will cut the position in half and let the rest run with a stop against it. So that's kind of the way I play it. How about this one? Simon Property Group. Great company, manages malls and so forth. To REIT. 3 days ago, I told you about the put buying in there, those March 140 puts with stock at approximately 148. I was buying those at the money puts, the 148s, and selling lower strikes against it as it does what it did here today. Traded down, what is that down? $5 from our entry, exactly $5 to 142.82. And the puts that were long, already 100%. Bang! Again, that's why we trade options, my friends. How about another? How about two more, in fact? Snap. Talked about it with Dominic Chu yesterday when he was asking me about Snap. And I said, I'm holding on. Why? Damage was already done, and that was damage of one stock. That was Meta or Facebook. Didn't mean that these guys had to get that same sort of pain. But obviously, in sympathy, both Twitter and Snap, two domestic competitors of Facebook on the social media side and advertising side. That's what Mark Zuckerberg's got to start thinking about more, sticking to his knitting. Quite frankly, it's a whole conversation we can have another time. But let's talk about Snap for today. So Snap, we saw bullish call buying, 5,000 of the January of 2023. So a year out into the future, they were buying the 27 calls. So what do you think we did? Well, we bought at the monies a year out into the future, and we were in here aggressively taking profits today. Why? Because take a look at just what these did. The January 27 calls out there in 2023. You see them on the screen. They closed last night. I highlighted it for you at 545. We owned them from cheaper than that. And where did they go today? Oh, $14.60. That dog will hunt, folks. That's a beautiful trade. Obviously, if you're into these puts or calls rather, If you're into these calls and you paid, for instance, $4 and they go to 14, it's a nice day. Anyway, took some profits on this one, but wait, there's more. Also, Snap, take a look at these. Yesterday, also early, we saw 3,500 of the February 27 calls. Now, they closed at 234 last night. They traded as high as 11 bucks today. So if you paid $234 for something that's worth $1,100 or $1,020, you're a happy camper. I'm a happy camper. I hope any of you that followed us, because we tweeted this as well, I hope any of you that followed us in Snap took some profits and are going to have something nice for yourself or some other folks, and or maybe give a little to charity, whatever. I'm not asking for any of it. If you're a subscriber, God bless you. If you're not, God bless you. You're the one that made the money, folks. I can't pull the trigger for you. Bang. All right. Now, I am going to ask you for money if you can come, and that is live Players Championship, TPC Sawgrass. If you just did a 10 lot of these calls in Snap, you can easily afford to come. It's March 10th through 13th, TPC Sawgrass. This is the Players Championship. And what did Market Rebellion do? Well, a big corporate sponsor bagged out, probably because they were afraid to show up at a big golf tournament in the middle of a pandemic. We're not afraid to do that. And it's in a state that is wide open, Florida. Love you, Governor DeSantis. So marketrebellion.com/golf will detail everything that you get, or talk to one of our people, 888-809-8058. That's 888-809-8058. And you want to know what you're going to get? You're going to get this. You're going to get Tom Lee, Steve Ehrlich. These are guys that are founders of their various firms, Fundstrat or Voyager. Tony Dwyer, Chief Market Strategist over at Canaccord Genuity. Ryan Mastro, our guy. AJ Monty, our guy. Bill Johnson, our guy. Myself, Pete, we're all going to be there, along with Brian Sullivan from CNBC. Bang. What do you get? Well, all of this. You get 5 nights in the 4-star Hyatt Regency. You get full access to everything with your VIP pass. And when I say everything, all you got to do is get down there, folks. You get to the Hyatt, we take care of everything else. We'll get you to the course. We will give you the Hyatt for 5 nights. We will get you one-on-one coaching. We will get you live trading, because you don't have to trade live. You can watch us trade live and talk about why we do what we do every step of the way. You get a hole-in-one competition. You get to meet and greet at Topgolf in Jacksonville. You get all-inclusive, upscale food, beverage, everything. Look at all that. 888-809-8058. Ring us up. Give us a call. Spend some of that money you made on Snap on making yourself a better trader. You will thank me for it. All right. Pete's on with the judge. The judge is back. Great to see the judge back on the show, the halftime report that he started. There's my brother Pete in one of his homes in Florida. Bang. Bank of America, Feb 4750 calls. That was the first of today's 3 at 3. Bank of America, so BAC stock was up $1.40. February 4750 calls with the stock at, it had moved up to 47.83. So in other words, they're 33 cents in the money, because you have the right to buy it at 47.50 if you buy these calls, and they are 33 cents higher than that. Now, I will play it, of course, by owning those, selling an upside call against the one that I own. For every one that I own, I'll sell an upside call against it. Boom, like the trade. Next one, Academy Sports, or ASO. This one, the stock dipped. Stock dipped down to 36.18. They're buying the April 40 strike calls. So that's bullish that they're taking a shot on a dip day to buy an upside call. They're buying those calls on the offer. You've already heard me say how that works. they're buying those calls on the offer, and we're following them in, but I am buying at the money calls. And again, as always, I will sell upside calls against it as it rallies, because that's the way I like to play. Bang. Third and final today, MGM. That's MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer. This is, of course, casino play, resorts, and so forth. $44 stock. They're buying 6,000 of next Friday, a week from today, next Friday, February 45 calls. Earnings are coming out as well next week on Wednesday. So this is an earnings play, folks. It's how much recovery are they seeing? What is their guidance going to be? All of that. So stock's 44, they're buying 45s, just out of the money. You got to decide how you want to play that. Some of you will sell put spreads. Some of you will sell upside calls and own the stock. There's a bunch of different ways to play it. I will be in call spreads and sell upside calls against those call spreads. Full disclosure, I was already long MGM. All right. I would encourage you to check out marketrebellion.com/get started. Why? Because if anything I've described to you it sounds foreign, sounds like you don't fully understand it, don't trade it. Wait until you understand it before you trade it. I want you to understand the risks you're taking, because even when I do a defined risk trade, like buying the 45 calls, selling the 50 calls, or whatever strike, when I do that, I know what my risk is, whatever I paid for the spread. I know how I'm going to trade that, how I will cut losses, and how I will take profits. You have to understand all that as well before you trade. It's not difficult, but we can help you. We've been doing it for over 25 years, teaching traders how to trade, our own traders, as well as people like yourself. So if you would like to learn basics, intermediate, advanced strategies, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. That's going to do it for me today, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to being back here with you next week. I'll be on the halftime report Monday, so I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about given what the market's doing today. Bang! Let's go get some.